Welcome back to Time Drops and welcome once again to another episode of What's New, a series on the channel where we run through all of what's new in the GShock world. I'm Andrew and as always I'll be running through all of the latest and upcoming releases, we'll talk a little bit about them and then I'll share my first thoughts and opinions. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and join our awesome community, then sit back, relax and we'll jump right in. Kicking things off with a collaboration for the culture. GShock have teamed up yet again with renowned sneaker and streetwear boutique Undefeated. This launch sees a brown DW6900, a colour we don't see all too often used on a GShock, that features a contrasting yellow face and blue bezel lettering. And not only that, with this release you'll also receive a black NATO strap, adorned with a white Undefeated patch. Sweet, right? I'm loving this colour combination. This timepiece features the brand's tally logo on its case back, as well as at the 12 o'clock position above its triple graph. It's also key to note that we see an electroluminescent backlight on this watch, rather than the LED ones we're used to seeing on recent models. This collab dropped just after our last episode on August 19th for the price of $190 and immediately had me hook, line and sinker. So much so that I picked one up almost right away and will be bringing it live to the channel very soon. So if you want to check this out some more, stay tuned for that one and let's move on to the next. Coming in October is the 4th GShock signature watch in collaboration with professional golfer Ryo Ishikawa. And this is in fact the second time we're seeing one based on the GM2100, this time with a black and gold colour scheme graced with a green golf ball dial. Flipping this watch around, you'll see the case back engraved with the motivational theme Go for the Top, along with Ishikawa's signature, as well as his number of wins on the Japan Golf Tour. One very cool touch within this release is the gold Casioak ball marker. I'm no serious golfer, but I play from time to time and would use any excuse to put that down on the green. This model is exclusive to Japan, however, and has a retail price of 35,200 yen. Definitely a cool piece, certainly if you're a fan of the sport or the man himself. Another strong collaboration from the pair. Let's get back into the swing of things. Next up, we have 4 brand new earth-toned models that make up the Natural Colour series. 3 out of these 4 are analog digital models with the cream GA2200, the brown GA700 and the soft green Casioak, while the tan DW5600 of course is all digital. These all have a clean matte appearance and offer a whole lot of versatility when it comes to function and fashion. These are set to drop worldwide in the upcoming days and weeks and I'm finding it pretty difficult to pick a favourite. I wouldn't usually opt for a GA700, but it seems to suit that brown incredibly well, so I'm going for that one. A bit of a theme in this episode so far. Price wise, you're looking at a range between $90 and $120, so very much in the affordable range of the GShock catalogue. A very cool series again, which I'm sure will go down a treat with many of you. Okay, moving swiftly on, and next up we have a collaboration between GShock and Hawaii streetwear brand Information. While GShock celebrates its 40th anniversary, Information are commemorating their 20th with this brand new mosh pit themed multicoloured DW5600. As we bid a farewell to summer, this model gives us that one last hit with its popping colourway. We also see the logo splashed all over this model, along with the brand's Hawaii-inspired high within its backlight. This model has just launched on Information and Cassio's websites for the price of $150. Yet another very cool vibrant model, especially for those wanting to feel those summer vibes all year round. The vibrant colours continue, in fact tenfold, with the introduction of GShock's ENQUIRIES series. This launch sees 3 multicoloured models with a DW5600, a 5900 and a GA100. Each of these models offer unique colourful bands and dials while wearing uniform silver bezels. Arguably the most notable thing within this release is the DW5900's updated module, which now offers an incredibly impressive 10-year battery life. Many GShocks will likely last that anyway, but on paper should live for only 2 or 3. So, judging by that, you've got yourself like 50 years worth of power here. Each model within this series again sits in the affordable range between $100 and $125. This is set to release across Asia initially, and I guess we'll have to wait and see if it reaches other regions. Okay, next up is a pair that kind of snuck in there last month, especially in the UK. These black and white mini squares just seem to appear on the GShock website almost entirely unannounced. The unisex GMD S5600s have been a huge hit since first releasing. However, these are 2 models that I think could be the most popular, especially the black, as it's the closest thing we've seen to a more compact version of the DW5600s many of us GShock fans will own or have owned. But let's not forget about the incredibly clean white option as well. Prior to these models, the only smaller black square we saw had a metallic bronze face, and the only smaller white square we saw had a metallic silver one. So 2 classic colorways with positive displays is definitely a winner. These models sit around the $100 or pound mark and offer serious bang for their buck. It's great to see this series expanding so rapidly. Okay, next up we have a matching pair of pink Casioaks. GShock introduces a black GA2100 with pink accents, along with the smaller sized GMA S2100 in an almost entirely vivid pink. The former being very similar to the neon accent series we saw last year, as it sits almost perfectly in line with the blue, green and orange of that release. These are initially launching in Asia, with other regions yet to be announced. Both priced the same at 17,050 yen, and a strong option for you and your significant other. Now then, just as you would have seen from the thumbnail, next up we have a whole lot of multicolored metal in the form of 2 squares and 2 Casioaks, with each model boasting a stainless steel and a black ion plated option. These look sweet. Each of these models feature their own interpretation of multicolored gradation on their dials, with the 2 squares appearing to use the same blue to green form on their outer ring, while the Casioaks switch things up on their hands and indices, with a yellow to orange on the black and a blue to purple on the silver. For me, this feels like Cassio are either taking inspiration from or attempting to combat such designs that can be created by customization, particularly with the Casioaks. However, they look awesome all the same. Of course, in terms of functionality, all of these models come packed and include the likes of tough solar and Bluetooth, with the GMW B5000 models also adding in multiband 6. It's cool we're now seeing what is the 5th and 6th full metal Casioak models since their initial launch last year, and both metal squares pack a serious punch too, as they always do. These are expected to release worldwide from October, with both black models being priced the same at 89,100 yen, while the silver models are priced slightly less at 80,300. Really liking this release if you couldn't tell. Again, very difficult to pick a favourite. Initially I thought I'd narrowed it down to the silver Casioak and black square, but then again the silver square works so well with its positive display, and the black Casioak looks mean and every bit ready for autumn. Okay, I'm committing, silver Casioak it is, but that will likely change within about 5 minutes. Very keen to hear what you all think, so I'll put a community post up for you to go and vote for your favourite. I've also reviewed both of these models separately, so if you're keen to check them out in more detail, you can view them here. Thanks again for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.